So this video is a little bit of a departure from my usual videos in that this is not me showing you how I think you should do something. It's actually me showing you, the DaVinci or Final Cut Pro expert out there, how I do something, and you're going to hopefully tell me what I should be doing. For a client, I edit videos that are like tutorials and thought tidbits on tech and frameworks and a bunch of words that I don't often understand. And so there's some prepared graphics and things that he has worked on, and so he's more in the DaVinci world, I'm more in the Final Cut Pro world, and we're trying to merge those two worlds in a happy medium. What will likely end up happening is I'll just have to learn DaVinci and give up my decades of Final Cut Pro usage for now. But Jason's worth it. For the titles, this is what the part I need your help with is with titling. So I've got like a clip here. Let's
script deeply.
Learning a framework deeply, let's say, is the title. What I do is you can see I've got all these clips where he sent me over like the text thing, the little animation for text, and it plays slowly because it's rendering or whatever. What I do is I just option click, move it over, do the little I for in, O for out, and then go into Fusion and go over here to the text, make sure I can see the actual text. Do learning, what are we typing? Learning framework. That's going to be really big. Deeply. That doesn't sound right. Let me just see here. I'll skip this part if it's boring.
Going deep on any framework.
Going deep on a framework. That's better. So the framework is the bigger word. Framework. You can see it kind of like doesn't also. Yeah, I fixed that. Going deep on let's not put a space there. So first of all, I line up the size of this so it fits where before the box starts shrinking with the text, kind of roughly.
I don't know how to deal with that, so I'm going to ignore it.
And then I try to line this up by going, let's go 400% here, get this on a nice happy grid, and then hold down that. Ooh, the G is a nice one to line up. Does my contacts in a little bit. Anyways, looks, so, I mean, well, I'll mess with that if it's not actually right. That's not the important part of this conversation, hopefully, unless you have tips for that as well. Go over to the Deliver tab and just put a going deep on a framework. Add it to the queue. Hit render. That'll take a second or two. Reveal that in the Finder. Go back over here. Close that guy. Going deep on a framework. And then adjust that a bit. The old Y value, drag it down a bit.
This idea of like going deep on any framework. The nice thing about learning JavaScript deep.
Right. So obviously we can render that.
This idea of like going deep on any framework. The nice thing about learning JavaScript deeply.
So do you, viewer out there in YouTube land, have a tip, a tutorial, a thing, a suggestion? Now, the obvious one, if you're a Final Cut Pro person, is probably to grab Motion and redo this animation inside of Motion. And that's maybe what I should have done back before I started and had, whatever this is, a bunch of them that I've worked with. Probably would have been helpful just to have it in Motion, because then I could use it right inside of Final Cut. I mean, that's what I should do. But I'm just curious about, on the DaVinci side, learning that better. If, having a template for this title where I don't have to fiddle with the sizing and stuff, I can do automatic resizing maybe, and then still export it, because it seems like it's a neat tool to use and have in the tool chest so that I don't have to always just be like, I'm Final Cut Pro guy and nothing else. So yeah, I don't know. If this resonates with you and you have a way to help me, feel free to throw something in the comments, or I don't know what else we can do for help here, but we'll start with that anyways. If you got tips or point me to a video that I should watch or whatever, that would be awesome. I do hope to get back to making some simple audio podcast video related tutorials for my channel. Just really busy, which is good, I guess. So see you next time.
How the tables have turned, chat.